Hey friends, it's time for another new episode of the Two Clouded Mind Show with your favorite hosts, Chris.
I have a very caveman brain.
And Dave.
He's falling apart in front of our eyes.
Subscribe to the Two Clouded Mind Show on YouTube and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Two Clouded Minds, baby. I love you guys.
Oh my God, you're meant to do that.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. That's right. You got the boys, KCDC again.
Hello and welcome.
Yeah. Hi, Dave.
How do you do?
I do. I'm still waking up, but I do. And we're going to make it happen. And dude, every time when we start the show, ever since you revised the intro, when I hear Anthony go, "Oh my God, you're so sick for that," it gets me every time.
It brings you back to flavors from days gone by.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, really makes me miss the studio too. Oh
yeah.
man, that was some fun times.
Those were the days. The days.
Yeah, dude.
That's all right. One day, sometime in the future, I don't know. Maybe it's next week. Maybe it's next month. Maybe it's later this year. We will once again be in a studio somewhere.
You're right.
Don't know when.
You are absolutely right.
Don't know when. Don't know where. But it will happen again. It will happen again.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is our guarantee.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I am. I'm looking forward to potentially moving in the next, let's say, 3 to 5 months. You know what I mean? And so hopefully, when I move, maybe the place that I move to will have some space. Be able to do a little studio setup in my new place. We'll see.
Yeah. It's so funny because kind of my timeline's a little longer than yours for the months. I'm probably looking closer more towards like a year.
To move?
But no, whatever. Yeah, to move.
Okay.
Because I'm finally, and it sounds so lame, because I'm 46 years old now. That I'm finally in a place where my credit is good. It's not in the toilet anymore.
Good for you. So, I don't think I even have credit. My credit score is probably like 12 or something. Seriously,
dude, mine was close to that for a long time.
I don't even honestly want to know.
Yeah, I would apply for things and cops would knock on my door who? Wait, what are you doing? They got the feds here.
You sure, buddy? You sure about that, pal?
You sure you want that Visa card?
Yeah, right.
Nah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I haven't had a credit card since probably 2009. So I'm telling you, yeah, I don't have I am the worst adult, I don't have anything that adults should have. I don't have credit. I don't have credit cards. I've been working off cash and my debit card for the last 15 years or whatever it is. No, more than that. It's more it's about 15, 16 years, whatever the case may be. Yeah, I used to do the credit card thing, but no, I don't have credit cards. I don't have, and I'm pretty sure you need to have credit cards in order to have credit. You know what I mean? You have to somehow do the thing, and you have to play the game in order to. Right. I used to have credit a long time ago. I had great credit, but then I got married, and then I got divorced, and the divorce absolutely financially ruined me. She ended up walking away. She walked away with everything good, and I walked away with just a ton of debt,
all the headache,
crushing debt, right? So my credit is probably non-existent at this point. So I tell people this and they laugh. They're "Oh, I will be homeless at some point in my life. There's going to be a point in which I will not be able to afford a place to live, and I will be homeless. It has happened before. It will happen again.
Oh yeah, same, 100% same.
At some point in my life, I'll be living on the street. So I'm trying to do as much of this stuff now that I can, because there's going to be a point in my life where I can no longer do podcasts because I no longer have internet, because I no longer have a home. I'll be living, if I'm lucky, my car will stay, but my car craps out every couple months like clockwork. Something goes wrong with my car. Mm-hmm. But eventually I'll be living in my car, and then, I'll be living on the street. Just one of those things, man. Just one of those things.
Yeah. Hey, but you're never really truly homeless, because home is where the heart is.
Right, but the problem is that my heart has been dead for many, many years. Like the heart that's long gone. Like homelessness is in my future. Losing my heart is in my past, bro. Like that. Forget about it.
Yeah, dude. I get it.
Yep.
I get it, dude.
Everybody's like, oh, haha. Like, people listening to this right now are like, oh, haha, Dave's going to be homeless. No. You don't understand. I am going to be homeless.
Yeah.
That's just my future. Yeah. That's my destiny, is to be a bum. To be a bum.
So, guys, the link is down below. Sign up for our Venmo and donate.
Right, yeah. Jump on the Patreon. It's up to you now.
Yeah, exactly. Did you ever hear of a YouTube channel called The Makeshift Project?
I got to tell you, we've done so much shift make on this show that might be polluting. Yeah. That might be polluting my memory. So, I mean, it sounds familiar, but it could just be me thinking of us talking. Why? What's the Makeshift Project?
It's just a couple dudes. They do a lot of comparisons, like what's better. Like, they'll pick like top 10 like restaurants, and like they'll like debate them, kind of deal. And I'm not really explaining this as good as I could be. Like, I'm really not giving it justice.
Okay.
But I'm sitting at work yesterday, and I'm outside because, whatever. It wasn't raining. It was too hot in the building. So I was sitting outside with the other bouncer, and I heard a voice. And I was like, in my head, I know that voice. So I give it a minute. And then I turn around, and at the outside bar, I see this kid sitting there. And I was like, Wayne, who is that kid? He's like, I don't fucking know. I'm like, all right. So I'm jogging my memory. And I'm like, I know that guy, whether he's been here before or whatever. We've definitely bumped into each other. But a couple minutes later, I'm like, oh my God, I watch his YouTube channel. Like, I watch his content. So I looked on my phone, and it was the same kid. Of course, I didn't say anything because, yeah, I did.
Because why?
I'm not that guy to be like, oh, hey, man, hey, you're awesome.
Let me just stop you right there, buddy. There's nobody, not one person on YouTube, not one person who makes videos on YouTube. And I think it's fair to say that there's, hundreds of millions, if not a billion people making videos on YouTube. I want you to know that every single one of them wants you to walk up to them and ask them if they're the person that they saw on YouTube. Every single one of them wants to be recognized from their fucking YouTube video. Trust me. Let me ask you this question, Chris. If somebody walked up to you at your bar and you were at the busiest point of the night, you have a drunk person in one hand, you have a urinal cake in the other hand, and you're just like, and somebody walks up to you and they're like, yo, are you Chris from the Two Clouded Mind Show? You'll be like, yeah, I'm Chris from the Two Clouded Mind Show. What's up? Yo, bump my elbow. I'm holding a urinal cake. Bump my elbow. At no point in your night will you be like, oh man, I hate being recognized from my podcast. No. If you're on YouTube,
you're not wrong.
You want to be recognized from your friggin' YouTube. Trust me. So the next time you see a guy in your bar who you recognize, you go right up to him and you say, hey man, I love your YouTube channel. I love your content. That's all it takes. Just love your content, love your channel. It's very cool. That type of thing. And then if you're feeling froggy, you'd be like, hey, I'd love to have you on my podcast sometime. You know what I mean? Like, that's, if the first part gets well received, which it probably would get well received, then you turn around and you say, I'd love to have you on my podcast if you get a chance.
And that's the way I have to approach things, like, because that's how I have to think about it as a content creator. Like, I'm not really just being a fanboy. Yes, I am being a fanboy, but let's collaborate, dude. Like,
yeah, you're not. It's not as much as a fanboy as a what's the word I'm looking for? Not associate, but a contemporary. You're the same. We're all in the same type of family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in content creation, you're in content creation. Let's create some content, you know. And the worst thing they can say is no, thank you, or I appreciate it, thanks for checking me out, and then they just ice you or whatever. But yeah, hey, I love your content, love what you do. I check you out on YouTube all the time. Love to have you on my podcast sometime.
Yeah.
Because again, people who are on YouTube, they want to be on people's shows. They want people to treat them. You know what I mean? Like, the odds are. My bet is always going to be that the person who's creating content on YouTube or Instagram or whatever wants to be on camera. You know, like I was just at the BCB Brooklyn Bar Convent in obviously Brooklyn in Industry City. We went there. It was the 10th and 11th of June. My show Spirit for Spirits has a Bar Tools sponsor. So our sponsor for our Bar Tools is Bull in China. Bar Tools. The website is Bull in China. Cool. Yeah, it's not bad. It's bullinchinapdx.com. And so our Bar Tools sponsor is based in Portland, Oregon. We obviously are based in New Jersey. So this Bar Convent Brooklyn, the owner decided he was going to come out, but he reached out to us and he's like, hey, I'm going to be in Bar Convent Brooklyn. Do you guys want to meet me there and like help me out at my table, and then you guys can go? So essentially he got me and Albert into the convent, like essentially for no money out of our pocket. We were just like part of the Bull in China crew. And so we're walking around and meeting people and handing out business cards and handing out stickers with the QR code and all this stuff. Hey, check us out. Love to have you on the show. This one guy walks up to me. He sees that I had my full camera rig with me, like my main camera. Yeah. So it's reasonably substantial. It wasn't like big and bulky. I didn't have like my monitor on it. I wasn't like super obnoxious, but I had like my camera and my lens. So he sees me. He's like, hey, are you a videographer? Are you doing something? I was like, yeah, sort of. I mean, I'm a content creator. He's like, oh, would you like to? Can I interview you real quick? And I'm like, of course. So he interviewed me. He did like a quick little interview, and he just posted it this morning. But the point in saying all that is, like, I'm not the most let me get on camera person in the world, right? Like I'm completely fine not being on camera. I'm completely fine being behind the camera. But when the opportunity presented itself to promote my project, I was like, turn that shit on, bro. Let's go, And I'm talking to him about this, that, and the other thing. He's like, he's asking me, what are five tips to start a successful YouTube channel? And I was like, bro, when I find out, I'll let you know. But, no, I gave him my 5 tips or whatever. But it was like that. The point I'm making is even me, somebody who like, I'm fundamentally the behind the camera guy on most projects that I work on. But I was ready to be like, flip your camera on. Let's talk about the project. You know what I mean? So if you're on YouTube, trust me, you want people to come up and talk to you. You want people to come up and ask you about your shit, for sure.
You're absolutely right. And you would think, after living on YouTube for the past 5 years, and speaking of our the show's 5-year anniversary is approaching soon, friends.
When is it? Do you know?
5 years. July 13th is 5 years of the show.
Oh, wow. So we're like less than a month away.
Yeah. 5 years, man. But you would think I'd be more comfortable because there's hundreds of videos of all of us.
Yeah.
Hundreds. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I've always been, I hate to even like say it like this, but I've always been like kind of shy.
Yeah.
In a sense, I guess. I don't know, like out in public, I know, like, look at me. Like, I painted myself like this. It looks like I'm screaming for attention, but I'm kind of quite the opposite. Like, I keep to myself when I'm out in the world and even like at work, I like kind of just, I'm quiet, keep to myself. But, I'll get there one day. I'll get there.
Yeah, maybe 5 more years. 5 more years, you'll round into it. You'll be able to say hi to somebody. Yeah.
But I do. There has been a few times where the one thing I get all the time is, dude, you look like somebody. And I'm like,
I am somebody.
Yeah. I mean, I look like me. No. You look like a famous dude. And I'm like, I don't see it. Thank you. I don't see it.
Do you get like a regularly,
I've gotten Adam 22 a lot.
I've heard you say that, but I still don't know what this guy looks like.
I don't really. I looked him up once, but I don't really know much about him. He's like
I only know one thing about him, and it's not good. It's not flattering.
Yeah, he's like he's a shitty person.
I think that isn't he like a porn guy or something like that?
Yeah, he does a podcast with his porn star chick, and then I think they like bang the guest at the end of it or something. That's their shtick. I think his no jumper.
I'll tell you this right here, right now, is you do not look like this guy. The only thing, like he's got neck tattoos and you have neck tattoos, but other than that,
no, we're totally two different people.
Yeah, you're right. It's no jumper. No jumper is the podcast. You're correct about that. But yeah, basically he gets like he stands by and watches dudes bang his girlfriend, and that's
crazy.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
No way. No way.
Could not be me. No. I mean, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm
not built that way.
Right. Maybe I'm the bad guy in this situation. Maybe I'm the one who's like, oh, get over it or whatever. But yeah, that could not be me.
Yeah, no, think back in your entire life at any time you were ever like out hanging out with a significant other, a girlfriend, what have you. I personally have never thought, oh man, I would love to watch that guy fuck my chick right now. That would be cool.
No.
Nah. Nah, dude. Call me a prude. Call me what you want.
Right.
I'm not about that life, dude. No.
No, and especially not like that's my public persona. You know what I mean? Like, hey, everybody.
No way.
Hey, everybody. I'm that guy. That's me. I'm the guy. You know, like I said, I only know one thing about this dude, Adam 22, and it is not good. It's not good. You know, you don't want to be. That's not what you want to be famous for, in my opinion.
Hell no.
In my opinion.
Hell no.
But
no.
You know, I guess whatever pays the bills, I suppose. You know, this guy Adam 22 certainly he's got more money than I do, and he has more money than I'll ever have. So I guess he found his niche. You know what I mean? Sitting in the cuck chair.
But dude,
big bucks in the cuck chair.
I guess, but dude, I'm not built like that.
I'm so far the other way, dude. Like I don't even since you've known me, have I ever had a girlfriend? No.
No.
No, I have not. Yeah,
you have been on dates though. You have been on a date here or there, right?
Couple 2 tree, yeah.
Yeah.
Couple 2 tree, yeah.
Listen, man,
it's not for me. Not for me.
I hear you.
No, well, the thing is, like, you can't go from the conversation that it's like, okay, I will be homeless at some point, to later in the conversation be like, yeah, but I'm looking to date. I'm putting myself out there looking to date. Like, where do you live? I live on your front lawn. That's where I live.
This is what I have to offer.
Where do I live? Do I have to leave? Because if I have to leave, then I don't live anywhere.
Here.
I live here right now. Yeah, no.
That's amazing. Yeah. You show up on the first date with all your bags.
Right.
Hey, I'm here.
Right. Like she's like, can you pick me up? I'm like, not really. Why? Because my luggage is in the front seat. Because all my clothes are there. That's my pick you up in my house.
Drive my house.
Yeah.
Drive my house.
Yeah. So.
Oh man. Although some of those like I've seen a lot of cool like vans converted into like mini homes and stuff. Some of those are so sick.
Yeah, I mean, sick. It's definitely there are some good ones out there. There's definitely some good ones out there, but yeah, or like a tiny tiny houses, like a tiny house that's made out of like a shipping container or something like that. Like that stuff is all cool, but like that's just again, like there's no way I could ever afford anything like that. Not in a million years. I could never
afford anything like that. And long term, I'd be super stoked on it in the beginning, and then long term, dude, me and the dog, like that would be tough, man.
Yeah,
tough.
Yep, living in a little shipping container.
6'5". Yeah, like it would be tough. But I get it. Like you have no mortgage, you have like barely really any overhead. I mean, you have overhead, maintenance on the vehicle, and the insurance and whatnot that comes with it. But I mean, the pros, if you don't really have a job that you actually physically have to go to you work remote, you see the whole country, which is cool if that's what you're into. I've never really been much of a traveler.
No.
I've only left, I don't even really consider the Bahamas leaving the country because it's still very Americanized. Like
I think it counts as leaving the country.
my passport, I guess. See, I don't have a stamp in my passport, so I always chalk it up to.
They don't
went to
stamp
the
your passport
American
for Bahamas? I guess it's an American Virgin Island, right?
Yeah.
The U.S. Virgin
Plus, I
Islands.
was on a cruise.
They still stamp your passport on a cruise, depending on where you go.
Oh, really?
Depending on where you go. Yeah, like if you're cruising
Yeah, I've
overseas
never
or
been-
something.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been. I think.
Have you ever
I've
been to
only been to
Canada?
No. And
You've never-
oddly, like the older I get, the more I'm kind of interested just to see it. I know it probably looks just like it does here, but
Yep.
just to say, hey, I went to Canada, eh?
Yeah, I think I've been to Canada like twice, but it was just basically Toronto. It wasn't like deep dark Canada. It wasn't like French Canada or anything like that. It was just Toronto. But it was nice.
Yeah.
Went to Niagara Falls, and then while we were up there, we hit a baseball game. We went to a Toronto Blue Jays game in the Dome.
Oh, you have to go to. Anytime people go to Niagara Falls, you have to go to Canada?
No, well, you can go to Canada. There's Niagara Falls are in Canada and the United States. It's like you're on one side or the other. So there's the New York side and then there's the Canada side.
So if you're on the New York side, can you see the Canada side, or is it like way
Yeah,
far away?
You can see it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, you can see it.
that's cool.
Yeah, Niagara Falls was really cool. That was something that was interesting to see. The sheer magnitude, the power of nature, all that good
The
stuff.
only thing I know about Niagara Falls is when Lois Lane fell off and Superman saved her.
Yeah, that really happened. That's a true story.
That's a very true story.
Everybody knows that. Yeah.
My great granddaddy was there.
Mm-hmm.
He seen it.
Yep.
Maybe he was a little bit drunk on the hooch, but he seen it.
Yeah, he might have been the one who bumped her over there. You never know.
Yeah, he might have been trying to steal her purse, and oh man, and it's funny too. Like, I see, the job I have to interact with a lot of people all the time. So, some of it's bad, some of it's good. Like last night, I was inside. One of the other guys comes in and they were like, "Hey, can you come outside real quick? Like, we have an issue with somebody." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." We go out there, me and my other buddy, who everyone thinks we're twins.
Okay.
Guy I work with, we literally look like the same person, except I have blonde hair and no facial hair. It's weird. But I go out there and I see this kid sitting on the bench, and the other guy's like, "Hey man, you got to go." And he's just like shaking his head now. So I walk over and I was like, "Hey buddy, like, y'all good?" And he looks up at me and I look at his hands and there's dry blood caked on both of his hands.
Okay.
Fully dry blood. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Dude, you got to go." So I gave him the old little pat on the back.
Mm-hmm.
"Come on, bud, you got to go." He stands up. He's like, "Don't touch me."
Ugh.
You have two choices. You could leave, or we're calling Belmar PD. Call the cops.
Okay.
Cool. So I turn around, I tell the other guy, I'm like, "Hey, can you call Belmar, please? This guy, he's bleeding."
Was it his blood or someone else's
Obviously-
blood?
I don't even know. I don't even know. There's no idea.
Okay.
All I know is that it was definitely dry blood on his hands. So he stands up. We call Belmar PD. And I was like, "All right, dude, you got to go. Like, seriously, cops are coming. You got to get off the property." He did something to where it actually caused me to physically give him a shove. Like, I think he like snapped back at me. So I
Okay.
physically shoved him.
Oh boy.
He gets around the fence, and now because he has this barrier, he feels like that's his safety net.
It's the
So then
it's
he
the
gets-
the gift with the dogs that are they're barking at each other through the fence, but then you open the fence and then they both just stop barking, and then you close the fence again and they start barking at each other again. Yeah.
Exactly.
So he's got the fence in between, so now he can start barking.
Now he's barking. And then Dave, he spat at me.
No, that's assault. That's assault. Did it hit you?
It did not hit. I'm sitting here. You're talking to me right now. It didn't hit me. Because we did have at that point cops were on scene, like the kids that patrol on the bikes.
Sure.
The kids. They are real cops. But
Sure they are. Sure they are.
I mean, they got guns.
Sure they are.
They got guns.
Sure they are.
Anyway, he spat on me, and as soon as he spat at me, like it didn't come close to me. It was close enough, but it didn't hit me.
Okay.
Dude, I saw red.
Well, understandably so.
The shit that I said to him, I was like, basically, in a nutshell, I don't give a fuck that the cops are here. I'll go to jail. I will crack your fucking skull open right now, dude. If that shit fucking hit me, I don't give a shit about these guys. Fuck that.
Right.
One down like pulls me away. Like, dude, get inside.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
He's right, dude. He's right. But
Yeah.
still, man, like, I have a very long fuse. But if you spit on me, dude, especially
please.
in the condition that you're in, I
Yeah,
know
it's-
nothing about you, dude.
Right. Yeah. Spit. I mean, that's it is assault. Like if you spit on someone, that is actually assault. And it's also disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So like even if it wasn't assault, like that's throwdown time. Like if somebody spits on you, we're throwing. We are getting we are getting it going. It's time.
Dude, even if you're my friend and you spit on me, I have to punch you. I have to.
What? I mean, whose friend is spitting on them? In what circumstance does
don't
that
know.
happen? That's the end of the friendship. That's the end of the friendship right there.
You're
It's
right,
over.
you're right.
You
Yeah,
spit on
you're
me,
right.
forget about it. What happened? Like, how does it?
Yeah.
You know, like if I spit on you, like I don't even.
How did we get here?
Right. I don't even know of a scenario. I can't even imagine, and I have a good imagination, a scenario where I end up spitting on you and it's just okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how, like, I don't know what I would have to do, what somebody would have to do. Like, spitting on someone is not my style. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? It's not in me to do that. I would probably never think about that, but
That's a whole nother level of dirtbag.
spitting on someone is absolutely an insult. Like, you're really trying to like make them feel as small as possible. You know, that's like spitting is very low. It's a low thing.
Yeah. For the longest time, I thought if you slap somebody in the face, it like belittles them and it makes them like that. But no, dude. If you spit on somebody,
Would you rather be slapped in the face by somebody or spit on?
slapped.
You'd rather be slapped.
Slap. Yes.
You
Because
could-
then at that point, yeah, you're a bitch for slapping me, but at least like you're more of a man than spitting on me. You know what I mean?
I guess that's true.
I know that I'm
I
not
guess
trying
I
to
agree.
be like macho or anything like that, but that's how like I interpret it in my head. Like,
Well,
dude, you
yeah, 'cause I
spit on
mean,
me?
Slapping is a physical act. It's like, okay, I'm making contact with you. Like, I'm putting my hands on you. Spitting is a very like
Yeah.
weak thing to do. I think weak, like more
Yeah,
weak.
yeah. Ooh, I'm getting fired up.
Well, I'm glad the spit didn't hit you. I'm glad that the spit didn't hit you. That's number
Yeah, me
one.
too. Me too. Oof. And then
Yeah, I could not do
the
that,
end of the
John.
night. At the end of the night, these two assholes, well, it was actually 4 kids. And two of them were over here, 2 of them were over here, and they locked arms and they were spinning around the dance floor. So I just calmly went over and I was like, guys, relax. Like, it's crowded in here,
What
man. You're
are
gonna
you
knock somebody
do,
over.
fellas? What are you doing? What are you
Yeah.
doing? Just like for a second, let's step back. What the fuck are you doing? You're adults.
Right?
We're in public.
In a crowded bar.
What are you doing?
So I tell them, and it's a big joke to them. 2 minutes later, 3 of the 4 leave. and I'm standing like this, just looking at the crowd. And out of the corner of my eye, I feel somebody like within 6 feet staring at me. So I look over, and it's the fourth kid from that group.
Mm-hmm.
And he does one of these.
He was just hoping
like,
for
you good?
a confrontation.
Yeah. So I said, are you good? He goes, are you good? And he turns around and walks out. I'm a hothead, so I follow him. I'm right behind him at this point. He goes to the first set of doors, walks through the second set of doors, and I'm right on his heels. And I was like, hey, fucko. What did you say? Do you have something to say? But that's where it ended, because my boss like literally grabbed me, pushed me inside. I was like, let him go. He's outside. Let him go.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so funny,
and
man.
that was the big joke. Like, Chris wants to fight somebody tonight. No, he doesn't.
Chris wants to fight someone every night. Here's the secret. You're like the Hulk. I'm always angry. My secret is I'm always angry. Yeah. Chris, here's a spoiler, guys. Chris wants to fight someone every night.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, man.
Unless you spit on me.
Yeah, please don't spit on me. Please, 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 please don't.
For your own safety. For your own safety.
And mine.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to go to jail.
I'll blast all over you, bro. I'll blast all over you.
So happy I heard that. Yeah. And then I got to work tonight. I'm filling in for somebody kind of like last minute, which whatever. I'll take the hours. It shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, I'm going into work in a little while myself, get some Sunday hours because I'm going to be off. I was off a couple days last week for the convention. I'm going to be off tomorrow we're filming an episode. We're filming the other half of the Mezcal episode. So we're doing the bar segment. That's the one in Brooklyn that I told you guys about. So
I can't wait. I'm stoked.
You're going to go? Nice.
Oh yeah. And I'm going to wear my gear.
Nice. Yeah, we're doing the bar portion. Each episode is 2 segments. It's a bar segment and a distillery segment. So we did the distillery segment famously in Oaxaca, Mexico, and we're going to be doing the bar segment in Brooklyn. So we filmed that tomorrow. So we'll have one full episode.
Cool vibe.
Yeah, I mean, depending on where you are, honestly, like there's parts of Brooklyn that are like the fucking lamest. Like when I lived in Brooklyn a while back, I lived in Borough Park, and there is nothing. There's nothing in Borough Park. There's no it's not cool.
Pretty.
No, it's not. It's very mid. It's just like all there is hospitals and doctor offices. That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing pretty to look at. There's no nice areas. There's no like cool downtown and no. It's just hospitals and doctors' offices. That's all it is. So like there's some parts of Brooklyn that are real cool, like obviously like your Williamsburg and this and that and the other, but Borough Park.
Well, I feel like
where I live
Williamsburg over the years has just been like kind of like not ruined, but like overtaken by dudes with ponytails and look at my painting. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, but Williamsburg jumped the
that.
shark many years ago. Williamsburg jumped the shark many years ago. There's other parts of Brooklyn that are a little bit more trendy right now, I think, but I'm not very trendy, so I don't know what they are.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
I only know of Williamsburg being like the hot spot.
Yeah, I think it used to be, certainly, but right now, like you said, I think it fell off a little bit. But yeah, like I don't even know what part of Brooklyn this place that I'm going to is in. It's called Lula May. It's a little bar out there somewhere. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun time. I'll bring my drone, fly my drone around, do the thing.
Sick.
And then we'll find out.
Sick.
We'll find out who has the most spirit for spirits.
That's amazing. That's so cool. In the event, I can find somebody to roll with me. Is that okay if I brought one person, or is this like okay?
Yeah, you can bring people. You can bring 2 people. You can bring 4 people. Just everybody who comes is gonna have to sign a release that I can use them like
video release.
Video them. Yeah. Anybody who comes got to sign a release, or else get the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if the people that I would ask already kind of know, like there's a chance, like, if you're gonna hang out with me, like, you might end up on camera. This is like when I ask you to go to like an event like this, like I'm asking, because.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is specific. I mean, this is a live episode taping, so there's a pretty decent chance there's going to be some cameras running.
Yeah. It's amazing.
But yeah,
I'm so stoked for you, dude.
Thanks.
You and Albie, I'm so stoked for you guys.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's there's ups and downs, right? Like we're talking about trying to, build a social media presence, and it's such an oversaturated. Like we were at BCB the other day, and like every fifth person you see has 50,000 followers on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like everybody's got like tons and tons of followers. We have like 5,500. So it does get a little bit frustrating when you're looking at like all these other accounts. Like the guy who stopped me for the interview has like 70,000 followers on Instagram, and he's doing nothing. Like he's just like randomly doing street interviews, So it's like this guy has 70,000 viewers. We have 5,000. So like, how do we get to that point? So there is like a frustration aspect to it where it's like, there's so many people doing this type of content. And even though we're doing something that's very unique to the field, it's still really, really difficult to get that visibility, And then the other part of it is that I noticed is that like people don't want you to succeed. But this is not news, right? Like every person who has 70,000, every person who has 70,000 followers at that convention, they wanted to grow their own followership, but also want to make sure that you don't get any followers. You know what I mean? It's like
You're right.
We can't both succeed. That's not good for me. I need to succeed. It's not enough for me to succeed, but others also need to fail. Like there was like two really, really big accounts. I won't say what the names of them are, but this one guy walked over, and it turns out that he was friendly with the owner of our Bar Tools company, of our sponsor company. So he comes over to talk to the owner. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Blah 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 blah. And I recognized him. I was like, oh, that's a really big, booze influencer, a big cocktail bartending influencer. So I reach over, I was like, hey, how you doing? And I gave him a Spirit for Spirit sticker with the QR code on it. I was like, hey, I'd love it if you'd check out our show. And he looks at the cards and he's like, oh, yeah, cool. You got the QR code on there, huh? Nice. And like completely just big time,
like
just that. Totally big times me. Like I'm definitely not checking out your stupid fucking show, bro. Like, the only thing he could have done more is actually throw my shit on the floor and walk away. Like that's the only thing he didn't do to like illustrate to me that he does not care about what I'm doing. He doesn't give a shit who I am. I'm not important enough to talk to. Why are you bothering me? It was like he couldn't. The only thing he could have done more was throw my stuff on the ground and spit on it. Like that's the only more disrespect that he could have shown. And that was basically like every big account is the same way. It's like, yeah, I'm a big account and you're not. And I'm not interested in helping you grow at all. Even though I make believe, like if you want to help me grow, that's great. But I'm not interested in helping you grow at all. So it gets to be frustrating, like in this economy, in this, influencer economy where viewership and followers is really the only thing in the world that matters. People are so intent on me first and no one else. Me first and no one else. Me first and no one else. It's not like Albert says all the time, and it's obviously it's an old quote, a high tide raises all ships, right? And we figure if we use that mentality that a high tide will raise all boats, then what we do will amplify not only us but everyone else that we deal with as well. Like locally sourced, we shine a light on the local artisans in the area. We figure, let's give them a little bit of shine. Let's give them a little bit of shine. Let's give them a little bit of shine. The more people we shine a light on, the more light will get shined on us. But unfortunately, we're probably the only people in the entire industry doing that and thinking that way, right? Everyone else is, how do I get better and more, how do I get more than everybody else has? So, but that's America, like that. Unfortunately, that's America. Like America is the land of opportunity for one person. America is the land of opportunity for me, and it's the land of fuck you. It's the land of fuck you,
You're not wrong.
me first. And that's
You're
basically the way things go. So it's like it did become a little frustrating when I could see that, like, hey, let's try and do something together. We were pretty much the only people at the entire convention trying to do things together with people. Everybody else was like, how can I get better with everyone else also failing?
Yeah. It sucks, dude. It sucks. And like, I know, like, yeah, you're right, where it is an oversaturated industry like social media, but at the same sense, like, it kind of isn't. Like, I feel like there was a time, and it wasn't really that long ago, where like the sense of community kind of just all fell apart in our space. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there was a time where people would help each other out, but that fell by the wayside fast.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the case. But then, yeah, as you're mentioning, like the influencer economy is in a place now where it's not new, it's not
very
fresh.
Selfish,
right? And now it's every man for themselves, which again, it's pretty much the opposite of our philosophy with Spirit for Spirits. Our philosophy with Spirit for Spirits has been a high tide will raise all ships. Everybody. The idea is to bring everybody up that we deal with, to shine a light on them, to shine a light on them, to shine a light on them. But we are one of the very few that are actually using that philosophy, from what I've seen. Like the guy who has 1 million followers, it really can't hurt him to say, hey, check out Spirit for Spirits. These guys are doing something cool.
Yeah.
Can't hurt him to say that, right? He's not going to lose 1 million followers by saying, check these guys out. Can't hurt him.
No,
but the thing is, it could help us.
It could help us, yes. But his thought is, I'm not getting any money from this. Where's the paycheck? You want me to say your name?
What's in it for me?
That's going to cost you $1,000. It's like, really, dude? Really?
Yeah. And it's funny because, like,
it's so lame.
We made a lot of really good connections at BCB, and to be fair, like, I'm talking like strictly the influencers at BCB are the ones that I have a gripe with, because the brands that we made really great connections with brands at BCB, and the brands were like, hey, yeah, if you're interested in featuring us, we're interested in working with you. And a couple of brands will ask us, they're like, well, what does it cost? Like, to be featured on Spirit for Spirits, what's it going to cost us? And I'm like, it costs you nothing. It costs you $0. We're not charging you to do it. We just want what it costs you is time and access. And that's all we're asking for. And people are like, oh, okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. Because everybody's always assuming if you want something, you're going to have to, like, what's in it for me? What, you got to pay me to do this. You got to do. Like, we could theoretically charge a distillery $10,000 to feature them on an episode of Spirit for Spirits. Now,
of course, yeah,
I don't think we have the followership to do that, right? Like, we only have 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Nobody's paying us $10,000 to do a video for 5,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not realistic. But if we do the things right that we want to do, if we grow the way we want to grow, then maybe, technically season 3, we could potentially be making some money from these people in season 3, theoretically, right? But that hasn't been our philosophy. Our philosophy is not how much money can we make off of this. It's how much exposure can we get off of this? How much, how big?
Yeah, how many people can we reach?
Right. How big can we get this thing? How many people can we reach? Exactly. So, so far it's been working for us, but there is going to come a time when we need to start making money as well, right? But I don't think that it would be making money at the expense of doing the project. I think we'd rather do the project than make the money. But we also are very dumb, so maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know.
Yeah, but you guys are way smarter than us.
Yeah, well,
and like, even like with us, like the Clouded Minds, like, we're kind of the same in a sense to where, like, when we were in the studio, we never paid people to be on the show. We wanted to showcase them and make them feel special and hear their story. You know what I mean? It's like,
we didn't pay them, nor did we charge them. Everything was just, hey, look,
no.
let us shine a light on what you do. Let's give you some free publicity.
Yeah.
That in turn gives us some free publicity. We'll cross over our audiences. We'll show our audience your stuff. We'll show, you'll show our stuff to your audience. And then, like we said, everybody benefits. And
yeah, and we got to be a part of a couple cool things.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's discouraging. But I still love the game.
Yeah, and speaking of,
I'm going to sit here with you guys every week. Go ahead.
Speaking of, we can tease this a little bit now that so if you're a viewer of the show, if you've been with us for a while, you know that we've been trying to get a Dungeons and Dragons episode going. So
like a real campaign.
It's like a real campaign with a real dungeon master, like really do the thing. Now, that it does get back to our studio thing where it's like we need a space to do this, so that's part of the moving pieces to this puzzle that we're working on right now. However, I have secured for us a dungeon master. His name is Pat. Yes, his name is Pat. He's a master bartender. He's a whiskey aficionado.
Okay.
He was the bartender that Albert challenged in episode 4 of season 1. So that's how we know him. And he is like a legit dungeon master. He has campaigns. He has the whole 9 yards. He does it all. So I spoke with him at BCB, confirmed with him that we will in fact be doing a Two Clouded Minds campaign with him in a couple of months. I'm supposed to reach out to him like next week sometime, or this coming week sometime. Today's Sunday. To try and sort of nail something down. So we'll basically be doing like I think the first meeting will be like the 3 of us and Pat, like on a Zoom, just so that we can do like a pre-campaign sort of meeting where he like takes us through all the stuff. We'll choose our characters and like build all that stuff. Yep. So that when we actually do the campaign, we already know who we are and what our skills are and what our special blah, blah, blah is and all that stuff. So we're going to do like a little consultation type deal, and then we'll be ready for our campaign and stuff. So over the next coming months, you can expect to see for sure the Two Clouded Minds Dungeons and Dragons adventure. And it's going to be broken out most likely over a couple of different episodes because, like I said, there'll be the first episode or the first segment, which I don't know if we'll make an episode about it or out of it, or maybe we won't. I'm not really sure, but it'll be like the preparation part, and then the actual campaign will probably be broken out over several episodes because it's going to take a few hours to get it done.
Yeah, it's going to be a few hours for sure. Yeah,
but it's a guarantee. It's 100% go. So. Get excited.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be
and Pat's a really great dude.
So much fun.
He's a really great dude. He's a really nice guy. And he's like really into it. So I have confidence that it'll be like a really rich campaign. It'll be a really, well thought out, well put together, all that good stuff.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, so that was
oh man.
I made
excited.
That was my one Two Clouded Minds connection that I made at the convention this week, that I was like very much like, I got to make sure I see Pat. I knew I was going to see him. So I was like, all right, this is the time, face to face. We're going to make this happen. And he's in. He's 100% in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Pat. Cannot wait to meet you.
Hell yeah, Pat. Hell yeah, Pat.
Yeah, man.
Air horn.
Hell yeah. Oh, man.
Oh,
yeah,
and then
it's going to be cool.
Speaking of friends of the show, this week coming up, I'm also going to be meeting up with Jeff from the Jersey Shore Musicians podcast. So, yeah, so I'm going to be using his recording studio. So for season 1 of Spirit for Spirits, I licensed a piece of music, and it's like all drums, just all like drums and percussion. And I licensed it for the one project. And I used it for the entire first season, for all of our episodes, for all of our like little pieces and stuff. I clipped little bits of it. I went back to read the licensing agreement before season 2, and I realized that I had sort of overstepped the bounds of the licensing agreement. Turns out that using it for one project meant one single video. not an entire project. Like I did it for the whole season and all the other like pieces and parts and stuff and all the little promos and things. I probably used it for 100 items, you know?
Mhm.
And so that's a no-no. That's a problem. So like now the good thing is we have not been sued. We have not been like served, none of that stuff. The guy who wrote the music has not stumbled across it and said, "Hey, what the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like that hasn't happened. But with season 2 on the horizon, I don't want that to happen. You know, like let's say, you know, God willing,
ahead of it, yeah.
Right, God willing, we do go viral at some point during season 2 and finally we get tens of thousands of viewers or whatever the case may be. I don't want to then get sued and have to like take shit down and like, you know what I mean? Like take stuff off the internet once I mean, we're still sort of skirting that possibility by having the season 1 stuff up, but I'm just hoping that like people don't go back, you know what I mean? Just continue to go forward. Regardless, I'm renting studio time from Jeff and I'm renting drum time. And I'm basically going to go in and I'm going to play and record my own version of the intro music, like so that it's similar to the stuff we were using, but different, so that I own it and I can use it no matter what. So I'm going to be renting studio time. I'm going to go into Jeff's studio. He's going to help me out. He's going to record some drums for me, and then he's going to give me all the files. I'll take the files home and I'll you know, mix it and master it and do the stuff that I want to do. But then we'll have like our own proprietary music for the episode, for the series, so that way I can use it however I want. So shout out Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast. I'm going to be hanging out with Jeff later in the week and recording some drums.
And go check them out. They're legends. They're cool as fuck.
Yeah,
they really are.
If you like music,
sweet dudes.
If you like music, check out the Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast.
They are the music nerds. Actually, Matt has been jamming with my tattoo artist, Chuck.
Is that right?
I just saw Chuck the other day. We got a couple new additions to the canvas here.
Right. Nice.
Yeah. Chuck's a sweet dude, man. Chuck's awesome. And he's a hell of a guitar player.
Cool.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's cool. You got it, dude. I know it sounds lame, but if you can set up a little tripod, it'd be cool to see.
I'll
a little behind the scenes.
I'm gonna make some content out of it for sure. So yeah, there'll be some behind the scenes stuff. A little quick video of me doing the drums. The studio shit to get that drum stuff recorded. Yeah, I mean,
that's awesome.
It's just going to be totally random, just me banging on some drums, and that way I can like give myself a bunch of segments of music that I can then mix together or you know, manipulate the way that I need to. But yeah. So if any of you freaks out there want to see a little behind the scenes action, let us know. Maybe Dave will surprise you with a little treat. There you go. Well, if you want to see some behind the scenes action, if you want to see any kind of Spirit for Spirits action, follow us on Instagram or YouTube at Spirit for Spirits. Then you'll be able to see
absolutely everything. Yeah, for sure. Definitely drop them a follow if you have not already.
I've got some content from BCB. We were fortunate enough to interview a bunch of different people at BCB, so I have a bunch of different BCB content coming out over the next couple weeks. So yeah, if you're not already following, what are you waiting for?
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. Oh, I wanted to ask you, and then this is not even close to what we were talking about. How'd that camera work out? Was it helpful at all?
I'm testing it out today. We didn't get a chance to test it out the other day. I didn't have the correct wire. The wire that that you needed for that camera that you're using right now, I had to go find one. So
got it.
I'm pretty sure I have it now. And so we're going to test it later today.
Okay,
so
good.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Awesome. Also, I realized after the fact, I also have this. If you ever need it, it's a GoPro. If you ever need another extra camera, little handheld, little portable. I mean.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I don't use them. Like I use the main camera.
Right.
Like I thought about putting a second one in here, but for what?
Right.
I don't need two angles of me, you know,
No.
like.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I have options if you need it, bud.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm hanging on to that other one. I'll hang on to that one, and then if it works, it works. If it doesn't
that's
work,
yours. Yeah,
well,
if it works, it's all yours, man.
It's ours. It's ours. Well, it's the Two Clouded Mind shows. So
put it in the pile.
Yeah, it's in the communal bucket.
Equipment bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's a tight 55.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you more than you know. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Check us out every Wednesday right here on YouTube, youtube.com/the Two Clouded Mind Show. If you don't really want to watch us, you feel like listening to us, we are everywhere that podcasts live audio-wise. We're all over social media at Two Clouded Minds. If you want to stalk us individually, I am at Chris_is_not_funny.
Are you sure about that?
I was going to go.
Wow. I'm DC in the City on all social media. Shout out Anthony, softball coach of the year.
Hell yeah. He's bringing home the trophy this year.
There you go.
And guys, seriously, check out Spirit for Spirits. Those guys are they're killing it. Dave and Albie are really doing some really cool shit. So show them some love. Tell them we sent you. And till next time, stay clouded.